What are your predictions for the market performance in September as we approach this historic presidential election?
I think we'll have anywhere from a 5 to 8.5% pullback. I'll give out a price. Join Stock Club. Go to ininvest.com. Yeah, we have a 5 to 8% pullback in the market. There'll be some turbulence there. Go look at the stock market almanac so you can get an average to know how far we'll pull down. I'll call out a price here. It may be my last price I call out for the year. Go to ininvest.com if you want all the prices. Listen, if y'all want to argue about the prices, then let me take it away.
Mike, give me double screen real quick. All right, so Ian, I want to get your opinion. I saw this question. I'm like, all right, because we always talk about market catalysts, and this is an interesting time. August 28th, we know that Nvidia will be reporting their quarterly earnings.
They will knock it out the park.
They're going to knock. All signs are pointing to that. Is this the market catalyst that obviously the Nasdaq will need, but the overall market, Nvidia being in the S&P, is that the catalyst we need in addition to the potential rate cut from the Fed? You're saying pullback. At least for the first half. What do we think about at least the first half of the month?
We're not getting a rate cut.
No rate cut.
Why would they give it now? To skew the election in one favor or another? Like, it's tough. And then, credit card debt, record high. Debt to GDP ratio, record high. The interest rate payments are higher than our military spending. So if Nvidia is a toothpick that's like keeping the burglars outside of the door, they're just finding ways to delay the information until later. Because now if you cut rates, you're going to need
the unemployment number, right? Number one. As
they'll lie about that.
Well, they can lie about, but I'm just giving the whys. We're talking about inflation. We're talking about the prices of products and consumer goods coming down. Like when we saw what happened last week with that, we can call it a correction. I almost felt like it was a certainty. They're not going to let this thing go out without doing a cut. And everybody is now saying September. You say no September.
Okay. They were supposed to have 8 cuts. We haven't had
six.
We haven't had one paper cut. We had one small abrasion yet.
All right.
So I think Nvidia is going to knock it out of the park, though, in terms of the earnings. We'll be good there, but I don't think there'll be a cut in September.
If there is one, do you change your stance?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. But based on the data.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Should we treat crypto like options given its high volatility? Is it wise to invest in it for the long term, considering the unpredictability?
I love this question. Well, let's keep the side by side. The market, crypto and options are all predictable. Since 1970, there are 52 trillion data points of information that have been put out. Since the hedge funds are majorly invested into the top 4, there is stability there. Options and crypto are only tough or unpredictable if you don't know what you're doing. Like the risk of now, if you're talking about altcoins, that may be different. But if you're talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, CIA, Solana, it's very predictable. Very predictable. Options, very predictable. Take the risk off of the table. Write this down. What matters more than anything is your risk profile. On no trade, risk more than 20%. At maximum, ideally, you want to risk 1.6% of your account. But I don't think the crypto or options market or the stock market is volatile, like how they say it is. Great question, but we've told you for years what to do. And you guys have made money for that. And truth be told, I made y'all a lot more money than your advisors and whoever y'all paying to by fucking far.
Just so you know.
Not that hard. It's not, no.
Yeah.
Everything is hard. Okay, like running a media company is incredibly tough if you don't study the media landscape and what to do, correct? It's kind of like once you follow a blueprint and have a framework, there's some semblance of stability there based off the framework that you create. oftentimes traders or investors, they heard about Solana or a meme coin and they want to jump in. Like everyone was blowing us up. Thank you for everyone who watched the episode last week. But why panic if you've been listening all year? I don't want to talk to you now about what do you think the Japanese carry trade is just like Nagasaki. What are you talking about, yo? The gains have already been priced in. August and September should start your investing calendar year. Truth be told, it doesn't start in January. It should start in August and September when there's a pullback. So
I'll say to the part where should we treat cryptos like options? I think if you've listened long enough, the answer would be no. And here's why you're not going to treat it like options, because options have expiration dates. Mm-hmm. And anytime we've told you to invest in the crypto space, specifically Bitcoin, we've always told you to hold it long term. And so if you're holding, and when we say crypto, I'm really speaking about Bitcoin, because outside of that and Ethereum, I mean, just the weight of those two alone tells you where the top two are and where you should be. But yeah, you're going to hold this long term. Right, your options. I mean, people are doing day options at this point, and if you try that with crypto based on this volatility, you're going to get hurt, and you're going to lose some money. And we've seen that happen over the course of any cycle. When we talk about the halving cycles, we talk about the crypto winters. If you're trying to do a trade for 6 months, I mean, when we talk about economic catalysts. Can you predict it in Bitcoin? There might be some similarities, but could you do it in other cryptos? Probably not. Right? What would it be? So I would say no. You don't treat it like options, obviously, for the mere fact that there's an expiration date on your contracts, and you want to keep this thing in your portfolio for a long term.
But y'all don't be holding y'all long term crypto anyway.
They don't even hold long term.
28,000, 20,000. You're like, he's crazy. Bro, just hold. If y'all hold everything for 10 years, you're good. This is in every business. Like when a person owns a media company, they don't give up the rights to the show year two. Well, some of y'all did. Fucking idiots.
No, day one.
Say broadcasting don't work. Well, you sign your rights over before you get started. Well, but what do I know? I'm just a guy that plays a doctor on YouTube.